I think because I'm new and we have such a young team this year, we're like 2/3 underclassmen, that this year is just about accepting that it's going to take a little bit to get our legs under us and to just accept being new in every way. So even our upperclassmen are totally relearning an offense and a defense for the first time. So just as long as they can fully buy into the process of changing, I think we're going to have a pretty good year. But it's just gonna, it might look rough for a little bit because they're doing things they've never done before. I would say our team cohesion is like night and day different. I think the way that this team has played in the past has relied a lot on individuals kind of taking the team and like running with it on their back, whereas like as in any good sports team, like if you want to be a successful lacrosse team, you need to like accept that everyone's going to function better if you can have like a functioning offense and defense that don't rely on one person, and just taking them out of the mindset that like every time they get the ball it's their job to score, is instead of like the more effective way that I've now been teaching them is that you create movement, and then eventually with enough work, when you work together, then you score. It's easier. Improving on the like 4-12 record in any way is an improvement to me, or even like part of accepting is like taking over this position is accepting that it's a like new program and that we're going to have some losses and it's going to be a struggle. But just looking at scores from last year's games, and if we can tighten that gap between us and some of the better teams like us in Grand Valley or us in UIndy, who isn't in our conference anymore, but these better, more developed programs, the closer we can get, even score-wise, even if it's not a victory, is like measurable progress. And for the kids that have now made it through the 4 years, I think it'll be really cool for them to see. I don't know, I think for the first time it's going to feel a little bit more like a team instead of just a bunch of islands out there trying to trying to play a game that is very frustrating if you're not working as a unit. But I'm proud of my seniors. I'm happy that they've made it this far. It's hard to start with a new program, and they definitely are good leaders. So
Yeah.
2 true seniors. We have a 3rd senior, but she's redshirting, so she'll be around next year. So our 2 seniors are Grayson Ringliver and Angelica Bogdan, and they're both really good leaders in different ways. Grayson has she's always played a lot of minutes. She's always had a major role in this team, and when this program was not as structurally sound and didn't have kind of the players needed to create like a cohesive offense, like Grayson just carried the team on her back, and like you can tell that has frustrated her and worn her down a little bit over the years. And I think this year like letting her work in an offense where she doesn't have to run everything, she just gets to do what she's good at and produce and score, I think is going to be really good for her. And then Angelica is one of our most like successful students. She's in the nursing program. She does a really good job. She balances that program like I haven't been here very long, but like I haven't heard other kids can do. It's really cool to see. And she's our head SAC rep for our program. So just seeing what she can do off the field is really cool. And she also will contribute a lot this year. I think that she's been a really undervalued player in this program. She's a lot more mobile than people give her credit for. She's hard to guard. She's kind of short, but she gets through people. It's cool to see. Those 2 are a good combo. And then we have four juniors. Tess, Ellie, Bianca, and Shannon. Ellie, I expect to produce a lot on offense this year. I think she's struggled with some injuries in the past, but she's coming out strong this year, and she really functions well with all the other kids on her team right now. And like that cohesive unit's pretty cool to see. Her and Tess actually work really well together because Tess plays kind of a feeding role and Ellie likes to score, so the 2 of them work really well together to like move defenses and make things happen. Shannon, I've pulled out of her comfort zone, and I'm now making her play a different position because she's the fastest kid that I've ever seen. And if you have a kid like that, they should be playing on both sides of the field and not just on defense. And I think having that as just being able to use her in that role will free up not only a spot in the defense so I can play some underclassmen, but also so that she can start having new goals for herself, because I think she's a lot better attacking player than she gives herself credit for. And then Bianca had a really strong freshman and sophomore year, and I'm looking forward to see what she does this year. She might be playing a little bit more of a defensive role than she has in the past, but most of my defenders are like 5'4" to 5'7", and Bianca's a very tall human, and we need some of those back there, so it'll be good to have some older leadership in the defensive unit. And for a home opener, I think it'll be cool to see everything that I've been teaching them in live play, because you can never tell what's going to work with a different group of kids until you see it against another team. If anything, we're going to be fit and we're going to move a lot, which is good, because McKendree is a developed program, and they're very fast and they're very physical, and their coach is Syracuse alumni, so I trust everything that she's doing. So they're going to be competent on attack, and in the past years when we've played them, we've never won. So I think it'll be a good, hard first game. It'll really get them motivated for the season, win or loss. Like, they're going to be angry coming out of it, so it'll be cool.